Welcome to Passion for Books. My name is Kim. In today's video, it is a tag video created by Tia in All the Books. So this is an original tag that she created, and I thank her for tagging me to do this video. So the name of this tag video is Snob Book Tag. So let's get into the questions that she created. Question number 1, Adaptation Snob. Do you always read the book before you see the movie? For this one, I do not always read the book first, so if I see a movie that I'm interested in and I go and watch it and then later I find out that there was an actual book first, then if the movie intrigued me enough, then I would go back and then read the book and compare which is better. To me, usually the books are so much better than the video, but it all depends if I know in advance if the movie is created from a book. If I know in advance, then yes, I'll read the book first and then watch the video. But if I go in it backwards, then there's not much I can do about that. So that is kind of my answer for that question. Question 2, Format Snob. You can only choose one format in which to read books for the rest of your life. Which one do you choose? Physical books, ebooks, or audiobooks? I would probably have to say that I would read ebooks for the rest of my life, being that as I'm aging, my eyes are changing. And what I love about ebooks is I can take an entire library with me on a vacation or if I'm traveling somewhere and have multiple books versus when before ebooks came around, you know, taking 10, 12 books with you, that's pretty heavy and it takes up a lot of space. The second thing that I really love about ebooks is that you can change the background color. At least I know you can with a Kindle. That's what I'm most familiar with. You can change the background color to a more neutral color so it's not as harsh on the eyes as a white background can be. You could also change the font size and style to make it easier on your eyes, because I know my eyes are definitely changing. Again, I don't know if you want to say weaker, but they're not as precise as they used to be when I was a lot younger in my 20s. So being able to control the font style and the size of the print is definitely a bonus for me. So that's why I would choose ebooks over any of the others, because I only listen to audiobooks when I'm in my car going to work or going around town. So I don't use that format as much. And then physical copies, I do enjoy them, but I haven't read them as much lately since Kindles have come out. And now that they have a Kindle app, I can only take one device. I don't have to take multiple devices now. So as technology is progressing, that would be my answer to that question, just for being able to read them and not having to struggle as much, because sometimes print can be very, very small in physical copies books. But that is my answer for question 2. Okay, question number 3. Ship Snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? That's kind of a hard question to answer, because I don't think one quality can really determine who you want to be with for the rest of your life. I would prefer that the person reads so we could have some common ground to talk about things, but it's not a full-time requirement. If the person makes me happy and has other qualities that I'm looking for in a potential partner, then having that one thing would not be a deal breaker, if that makes sense. Okay. Question 4. It is called Genre Snob. You have to ditch one genre, never to read again for the rest of your life. Which one would you ditch? For me, that was actually kind of a pretty easy one. I'm not a nonfiction reader, so I have tried, dabbled in it in the past, and I haven't found any that I particularly care for, so that is a genre that I think I could cut out and not feel too bad about ditching. So nonfiction would be my answer for that. Question 5, Genre Snob. You can only choose to read from one genre for the rest of your life. Which genre would you choose? I would have to say that I would choose a paranormal romance, more of an adult book genre, because it's just endless possibilities with this genre. I love shifters, I love magic, I love parts of fantasy, I love elves and all of those types of things. So the paranormal kind of encompasses fantasy and romance and all of that together, kind of my two loves kind of together. So I think that would be my genre that I would read for the rest of my life, would be the paranormal romance. Question 6. Community snob. Which genre do you think receives the most snobbery from the bookish community? I am still fairly new to this community. I will say, out of the channels that I have watched so far, I haven't really seen many romance novel genres being talked about. Mostly I have seen horror. I have seen definitely YA fantasy is probably the #1 thing that I see the most discussed on Booktube. What else? I've seen some YA mysteries. A lot of YAs I haven't come across yet, and like I said, I'm new to the channel. Not channel, but to the community. I don't see a lot of adult books discussed yet. And then out of the ones, I would say the romance side of things is probably the least talked about. That is my answer right now for this particular question. And the 7th and final question, Snobbery Recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something that you have been reading or for reading in general? I don't ever recall being snubbed for that. Again, in my personal life, there are not many people that I hang out with that do a lot of reading. I have talked with my best friend's mother about the books that she's read, and she talks with me vice versa, but there's never been ooh, you read that type of thing. I've never gotten that from really anybody, partly due because I don't talk to people about the things that I do read. Not that I'm ashamed of what I'm reading, it's just that the people that I hang out with, we just connected on different levels, and that's the things that we talk about, the things that we have in common. Since they're not huge readers, then we just kind of, I mean, they know I read romance, they know I read paranormal romance and all of that, but we built our friendships on other things, and so I haven't really been shunned or anything for the things that I do read. So I would not say I have been. Even back when I was a kid, I don't recall ever having anyone say, I'm not going to hang out with you or talk to you because you read this, or I can't believe you read this. I've never really had that, and I'm very fortunate that I've not had that happen to me. Okay. And to wrap up this video, I do want to tag 7 people as Tia and all the books did. She chose 7 people for the 7 questions to tag. So the people that I'm tagging, and I'll leave their channels linked down below, is Gwendolyn Kinsinger, Murphy Napier, One Sleepy Owl, Dro Talks, The Little Book Owl, Just Reads Books, and Triumphal Reads. So these are the 7 people that I am tagging. If you do this video, if you'll leave me a comment on this video that you are doing this video, because I would love to hear your answers to all of these questions. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave me some comments down below, and especially if you do this tag video, leave me comments down below so that I can go and watch your videos as well. And if I have not tagged you, consider yourself tagged. And again, keeping this tag video going would be awesome. So I hope you have a fantastic day. Until the next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye.